are the Millie Goats. Tex, I almost forgot to put us back in the show there. I was working on some other stuff on the phone. That's okay. It is episode 233. It is April 13th, 2025. It is National Scrabble Day. I got a question for you. I got a Scrabble word for you, Tex. Who is the Masters champion?
Rory McIlroy.
And to all you losers who showed your true colors today, who are watching golf for the first time in probably months, not real dimple heads, not dimple heads like your boys. I spent a lot of the time seeing how Twitter was saying Edge is here. I'm here, AK, Tex is here, Edge is here. We're all here. The boys are here.
The boys.
I spent most of the day watching people say, "Oh, this is over. Oh, woe is me. I tuned in to see a show. I didn't get a show. Whippity boopity, boppity bee. It's poor me." You were trying to take all you didn't know that the back nine in Augusta is when you start to feel the pressure. You didn't know, and that's shame on you. But we were kept trying to tell you. I don't know how many Undertaker memes I put out there in gifts. Okay. I don't know how many times I did the Undertaker gif, but believe me, I kept trying to revive the crowd and be like, "Look, you got to wait till the back. You got to wait till the last 5 or 6 holes." So just quit it with your belly aching and don't show your true colors that you don't really watch golf. Edge, I'm going to hand it over to Tex here with probably the most important question of the tournament. Tex, say what was the question you asked?
I want to know how many beers fit in the green jacket.
All of them.
All the other trophies. Everybody asked that same question. The Open Cup, the U.S. Open Cup. Everybody's got a cup that they fill it up with.
The Wanamaker.
The green jacket. How many beers can fit in the green jacket? Like how many pockets does it have? Does it have inside pockets?
Depends on if you're wearing a beer belt as well.
Yeah, I mean, how many beers can fit in that thing? Like if you were to put, is there a Tour de Frenzy pouch the back somewhere?
I'm thinking I can hide a 12-pack in there easily.
Oh yeah, I mean, it just depends on how committed you are. How many beers fit in the green jacket? That's all I want to know.
I know
Riddle me this.
Rory McIlroy wins the green jacket. If he doesn't go to Denny's to get a Grand Slam, that guy has no idea how to work social media, period.
Nope.
He should hit up Denny's immediately, get the Grand Slam special, and just eat a terrible meal of bagged eggs and really dry pancakes.
Does he even know about that? Because you've seen him on the course. He's slamming protein shakes and protein cookies and trying to stay hydrated and motivated. I don't know if he knows about the old Denny's life.
I think he purposely eats granola bars just so that he can mess with his teeth for the entire fairway of the playoff. Every time they turned to Rory, he had ate one of those granola bars. He was just going like this.
It aggravates me how he trots like a horse.
Hey, you know what? Maybe he's a zinner. Maybe he's a zinner like us, and he's just moving the zin around in his mouth, finding a new spot for it for the pouch.
No, he eats the really crunchy granola bars so they get really stuck in his teeth. I think that's J-Vi with a hot question. He goes, "Did Rory miss the put on 18 on purpose the first time so he could celebrate with Justin Rose instead of Bryson?" That's a hot take.
That's a hot take. It is.
Or was he actually trying to do the G thing and he knew he had a better shot against Rose because, Rose is like the all-time second place guy.
Dude, oh my God.
I hate to say it, but
hang on, wait a minute. Was that just a question here? Just a question. Was that Justin Rose's wife that he gave the long hug to there at the end?
No, I think that was Tommy.
Okay.
Dude, that was a very weird walk up alley.
My wife was like, "Who's that lady he's hugging? Why are they hugging for so long? Is that his wife?" I said, I think he already hugged his wife. I don't think that's his wife.
My wife said the same thing. I was watching that with my wife and then my mother-in-law and my wife's aunt, and they all were just into the story of how he's never won and he's tearing up and he doubles over on the green and they're just like completely enthralled in that. And then he hugs that. she's like, oh, she grabbed the back of his head and gave the real long hug. And then there were some guys on there that I don't think he wanted on there because he didn't really give him a nice big hug. He kind of gave him a side hug. So there was the walk up the thing was pretty interesting. But he's got to go to Denny's, in my opinion. That's just, so BMO says 2:33 day. That's right. Texting it or
BMO.
Oh, Song at Deborah. He said, "How did Edge get a hat?" Well, he ordered it. You got to send me a message. We'll get you a hat. I have a new shipment coming in, Deborah. Thank you. And BMO asked, anyone else tearing up watching Rory win that? And I don't even really like him. I mean, this is not going to be a Rory glazing podcast. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I can tell you that. No, it's not. It's not going to happen.
Even though Edgman looks like he's his older brother.
Yep, true. Facts.
Easy.
It's not.
It's true.
It just aggravates me, like how as he's walking down the fairway, he's got like this trot, like you're riding a horse. That's how he's walking like this,
dude. He's a
toe
hopper for sure.
Can you just? It's like one of those guys that like walk and purposely push up on the tip of their toes. Like BMO is notorious for this, so he can be like 6'2", 6'2".
6'1" maybe. 6'1" maybe.
What a show though. I mean, it's just like everybody
I can't believe it. Dude, I don't think I've yelled at the TV so much during golf in this past 2 days, really. I mean, I will say this. And I think I sent you a text about this earlier. The Golf Channel, NBC Sports already gave Rory the green jacket before they even hit the first tee today, right? And I get it. It was very theatrical and all this. But, dude, there was a couple interviews that I watched with Bryson, and they said, have you talked to Rory? And I was like, no, we haven't talked all day.
Yeah. Like, no, he didn't say a word to me.
Yeah, and you could tell, like, Bryson was hungry for it. And I think it almost got to him too much. And I'll kind of go on this little small rant here in a second. Bryson started off hot. You could tell he was motivated. He had the crowd behind him. He was playing the head games with Rory by letting Rory go out on the tee first, waiting a couple minutes, and then letting Rory listen to that crowd as he walked out. And he's, going through like he's going through the tunnel coming out on an NFL game, shaking everybody's hands as he's coming out, dapping everybody up. Like he was hyped. And I'll tell you this story real quick too. During the interviews and they were talking to everybody, Bryson stayed at the range till 8 p.m. last night at Augusta.
Yep.
So just think about this for a second. You're working at Augusta and you got DeChambeau out there to the range. You're like, bro, like I got to be back out here at 5 o'clock in the morning to start working these greens. Can you go home? Probably kicked him off. He goes back to his VRBO and, probably mind going a million miles an hour. He goes for a walk in his community, hears music playing in somebody's backyard with lights on, have probably guys have a couple beers after the Masters and stuff. He walks in their backyard and they have a putting green in their backyard. And he says, hey, can I putt with you guys for a little bit? My name is Bryson DeChambeau. And the guy apparently didn't even look and was like, yeah, I'm Jack Nicklaus. And he turned and looked and it was Bryson. He says, holy crap. Yeah, absolutely. Come on, Putts for 8. So think about this. He leaves the range at 8 p.m. Supposedly putts for a couple of hours. So
whose putter was he using? Was he using those guys' putter or was he just walking with his putter?
No, I guess he was using theirs. Right. I didn't, didn't.
What he needed to do was get an iron in his hand or a wedge and learn how not to pull the thing 1,700 yards.
Easy. And then leaves and says, well, I guess I need to go try to get some sleep. I got a big day tomorrow. And turn around. What are we doing? Like, it's already 11 o'clock, dude. Like, he didn't sleep at all last night, which is probably why he started overthinking some stuff. He had, some brain fog going there. He wasn't clear-minded. I'm just saying, you look back, it was the third hole. The third hole, he was like self-imploded and crapped to bed, as TJ just said, where he hit, Hole 3 and 4 was a bogey. Par 5 through 10, and then double bogey 11. And that's when, the Mount Rushmore of shit just started rolling downhill. and he just says, I'm done. Bogey 12 and 17. I mean, it started out, I was so excited for it because, the hype around it. We said last night, it's like two heavyweights going pound for pound, punch for punch. It had so many lead changes going throughout the day. You were literally on the edge of your seats just watching what could happen for anybody to either make an eagle, make a birdie, make a par. Oh crap, he made another par. That's not good. We needed a birdie there, And there was times where DeChambeau shared the lead. He falls back. Rose pushed ahead a little bit, like started teetering with the lead. Reed comes close from behind. Scotty Too Hottie Scheffler, like you couldn't count him out because even though he wasn't great today, he played with a vengeance, so he could be in the top 5. You had Aberg pushing in the top 5 till he imploded.
Oberg.
I mean, he did great, and then all of a sudden he imploded. I mean, imploded on himself.
He blew it so bad.
I mean, what did he have a triple bogey on one of them? On
yes,
18
he bogeyed and then triple bogeyed. He bogeyed 17 and then triple bogeyed 18.
And bombed. I mean, he would have been in the top 5. And not saying I didn't call it, but I called him, being in the top 5 at the beginning. Shout out Dylon.
But he wasn't, was he, Edge?
No, he wasn't, because he self-imploded. And I'm going to tell you what, today was the day where if you didn't have your putter dialed in, you were already done for. And, it's great that both Rory and DeChambeau can knock the ball and break it in half and crush it for 430 yards. But you could tell that the control wasn't there. And yesterday and the day before, DeChambeau, the saves wasn't there. Like where his irons were, like if he peels the cover off the ball for 430 yards, goes into the woods, he had a good iron shot to save him. He had great bunker shots to save him. He couldn't control it. And then
he was reverse Zoolander.
There was a couple of times where Rory had a hole in the trees that big to shoot it through. And he would shoot it over the trees and somehow just made it. And I'm like, the luck was with him today. That's all you could say.
Dude, oh my God. Yeah, TJ said 100% with you. Bryson staying at 8 was overkill. You're not Kobe. Chill, bro. You ain't Kobe. Justin Rose did play. That putt he made on 18 was freaking phenomenal. Justin Rose. BMO's here. Champion of the bracket, dude. The inner dad mode BMO. That's right. But yeah, dude, it was Bryson just couldn't stop hitting the ball left. Period. That's what killed him. He could not stop turning the ball over. It was so infuriating. But the thing about it was
also go back to Oberg too. When God, what hole was it? I think it was 13 or 14. And he tries to chips it, and it hits the pin and bounces out of the hole. Like hits the pin in the back of the hole and bounces out. You're like, you can't get, and that would have tied him for what, second place at the time? Oh my God, dude.
It was one of those things. It's like, Rory gets a break on, and we'll go through it here in a second, but there was just so many times. But Bryce Coach Maroon says Bryce with a negative turnover ratio. Hey, everybody was talking about Rory.
I love that take.
Football. We've been footballing the Masters all. And then I ranked the top 5 sporting event or top 4 sporting events thus far in 2025. Oh, I think I forgot the national championship in football. That was definitely low. But I went number 1 was the Four Nations Challenge so far. Number 2 was the Masters. Number 3 was the Final Four. Number 4 is the Super Bowl. I would put the Natty in football above the Super Bowl. Super Bowl is number 5. Super Bowl sucked. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. So, but yeah, we didn't get the drama from the 1-2 punch of like Bryson versus Rory, which is what we wanted, but we ended up getting the drama we needed with 18, the way that went down with Justin Rose bringing himself back in at 44 years old, the Mr. Oh, when's the last time somebody lost in a playoff? Oh, it was in 2017 when Justin Rose lost in a playoff. And you're like, oh my gosh, this guy, good luck Chuck over here, where he's like, oh, I get to date the winner every year. You know, when I play in a playoff, the next person wins the Masters. Good for me. But anyways, I had a whole bunch of notes. So let's just put up the slide right here real quick. Rory does it again. Call Denny's. The Masters is the best. Then we're going to talk about college football and sports being ruined. And then Western Michigan is 100% in the Frozen Four. And we're just going to take a quick look at my notes. Hole 16, I was looking at the hole locations before the match even started. Hole 16, normally down by the water there in the front left of the green. It was in the back right. And I'm sorry. I know Jack did it 75 years ago or whatever it was, 50 years ago. But I need that ball to roll down the hill very slowly, and the crowd just keeps going, oh. You know, I need that. We had Spieth with a nutter putter, which we will show here in a second. That was freaking. You guys probably hadn't seen that. Like I said at the beginning, number 3 of takeaways, it says Friday, disregard that. The patrons gave up on Twitter. Everybody was quitting on the Masters. How dare you? Rory hit the shots. We'll talk about those in a second. And then poor Justin Rose. Those are the big main takeaways for me. So any other main take? Oh, yeah, and here's we footballed the Masters. Shove this right back in my face one time, Rory. Why don't you? Can't win the big one. Whoops. Dunked all over yet again. So you want us to football the Masters, or we'll football another golf tournament soon? We'll do this maybe for every major. We'll just football everything.
Speaking of who has been really quiet here the past couple of days, especially yesterday and today, all day today, the one and only Dylon, who picked Scotty Too Hottie to win, called it, and it was just crickets day. And I even tried to ask him. And
no, he did ask about what's his face.
I give him a bone, and I said, "Who do you have today, Rory or DeChambeau?" And he wouldn't even answer. And I was like, "Well, okay."
Bima says, "Guess who was at the Masters behind 16 in 2019 on a Sunday? Who remembers that? Oh my gosh, the one where the ball rolled down the hill. I can't believe they robbed us of that. It sucked. Unbelievable." Anyways.
Dylon should also be put on notice because ever since I've joined the Wodamaker, the weekly Wodamaker, he hasn't won. He finished second to me again today. Dylon doesn't know what he's talking about unless he's the only one completing in golf.
He should.
And I'm in on golf until
you're back.
Well, yeah, I've been back. I've won 3 out of the 7 that I've played in so far. But once the Open is over, I'm out of golf again. I'm out.
Oh, it will be the last major.
Once that one's over, I'm out on golf.
So you've got until July, Dylon, to get yourself together, sir.
Yep, Dylon.
B. McCormick, call him out. Call him out, dude. Tex knows golf, but don't know ball. Hey, show him your fan right
look
now,
at this
Tex.
Look.
Oh my God, dude!
You don't get that by not spending all day at the ball field. All right,
dude,
coaching ball.
That's borderline 3rd-degree birds right there.
I asked him if he got it from the hibachi grill he went to tonight.
I didn't realize it was so bad, but that looks really bad.
Wait a second. Time out. Is that your left arm?
Yeah, left arm.
Right. Oh, okay. I'm about to say, because he might have just been cruising around, and just had the whole hand out the window.
I was at the other ball field, so I didn't realize it was that bad until.
You need some extra tough sleeves for
your
shirt.
I didn't realize.
You need some extra tough sleeves for your arms.
I should just wear sleeves all the time because it looks way worse than I thought it was.
I love this. Bima says, I was there. Most epic sound in sports ever recorded. The roar and the bowl at the 16 at Augusta with Tiger. Man, I got goosebumps just reading that myself. Unbelievable, dude. Here were the guys. Denny McCarthy made the cut in your faces. Patrick Reed did make the cut from Dylon, and he did get top 10 at plus 450. Keegan Bradley blew it late.
Oh yeah, bad. He get like a plus 8 or something like that.
Yeah, yep. Well, no, yeah, he sucked it up late, and then J.Vi gave you the Jose Ballester should have stayed his ass at home. After the only thing he did was pee in Ray's Creek, and then Butch, Freddie Couples to make the cut. The That he just faltered late. So
that was a close.
That was all the golf stuff for like DFS. We're still going to go through a little bit of highlights here. Tex says Tex wearing the Jose's thinks he's impervious to the sun. No.
That's what it was, man. I had the pit vipers on, and I thought I could beat the sun, but I can't.
No, you need some armpit vipers is what you need.
I just need to have a gold sleeve of them.
There's a market for it. It just attaches around your arm, and then there's just like a shield that goes down above your arm like that. So you look like
just a mirrored shield.
So you look like
you're walking around looking like Ric Flair. Yeah, I was walking around looking like Ric Flair.
You look like
just need the fuzzy boa. On DFS, I did have 2 lineups that cashed.
Ooh, oh yeah. What happened to all those screenshots, pal? Huh?
I was busy today.
Oh, of course, Mr. Screenshots for 3 straight days and then nothing. Mr. Told you stop doing that.
No, dude, it was good. It was worth it. It's worth it.
Didn't know if
my 6 of 6 cashed. And Tom Kim imploded with a +7, dude, which really drug me down.
Nico Echevarria. Nicola shot an 84 today. How about that? He said Nick Dunlap, hold my beer. So Pimo said, I don't know if I had to pass the sunscreen application responsibilities to your wife after college.
Nope, still need you to do it. Come on down.
Oh, that's right.
Come on and lather me down, buddy.
He said Ric Flair crossed with Mega Man.
I will say that.
Ooh, I like that.
The Korean, what's his name?
Mega Rick.
Hunan.
Benny On? Young On?
That guy. Dude, he's going to be something to watch for here in the future. He's got some shots on him, too.
Oh, yeah. Benny On's fun, dude. He's fun. He's a funny faller on Twitter, too. I said faller. He's a funny faller.
He's a faller.
There you go.
AK's down from the holler.
Down for got yourself $1.
Mm-hmm.
You want to keep going?
It's blue.
All right, let's pull up this. I want to go through just Edge and I have been doing this where I bookmark a bunch of tweets and then we just go through them. Here's Jordan Spieth. Oh, let me walk up to the tee box. Better have your hands on your groin.
So hey, after further investigation.
Dan Gleesax, straight to the pills.
This hasn't been confirmed, but apparently that's his agent.
Oh, is it?
He's like, hey, ho!
Butter shaft to the shaft.
Dude, and you can see, like, at the end, he's got a little kind of shitty grin, too, about him. You know, like,
my
right there, got him.
The guy beside him turns around like, man, he just got him good. Hey, what's up, dude? Fist pound. Oh! Shout out Jordan Spieth, dude.
Yes, I mean the all-time getting your agent on camera and makes him hurl over.
So good. And then Rory. This is just some stats on Rory. His strokes gained this week. Driving, he was second. Approach, he was first. Tee to green, he was first. Ball striking, he was first. Overall, he was first. I mean, Rory. Again, we're not going to glaze Rory. There you go. Hook him. That's right. Tex didn't even think about that. He's not even a Texas guy.
Golly.
This was the story you were talking about Bryson DeChambeau. They actually took a picture together.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm just glad it's not the CEO of whatever that just happened to play around.
Oh, yeah. He's like,
his dream.
Yeah. Shout out to the $50 bet guy, too, handing out Rory tickets as a party favorite.
Bro,
you hear that?
I'm serious. What an awesome party favorite that would be today. Good gracious.
So a guy made a bunch of bets, $50 Rory bets to win the Masters. And he had a Masters party, and he handed out a ticket to everybody that came in.
Can we track that guy down and get him on the show?
Oh, my gosh. I did a quick Google search or Twitter search early, and I couldn't find it. So,
oh my gosh, dude!
I'll do some more work tonight and tomorrow. I'll try to find him and see if we can get him on.
Who would throw a better party, that guy or BMO at a tailgate?
Oh man, what if we could just get BMO to plan the show that guy comes on?
There you go.
How about that?
There you go.
And see if that guy can actually hand us some bets that he just wants to give his party favors. And then the early guys, you knew that there were going to be some scores to be had because the early rounds were cooking. You had Justin Thomas and Minwoo Lee going at it.
Dude, that was awesome though. The last hole where they were like, he chipped it in and it went straight in. Minwoo Lee chipped it right in, and he was like,
Dr. Chipinski.
Yeah. And then right after, he did it. Dude, that was pretty entertaining. That was good stuff right there.
It was a great Sunday. It was fun. We were having a blast. Then we had Corey Connors early on the first here. This is when his tournament was over, when he missed this 2-foot putt.
Oh my gosh, bro. I mean, there was a lot of putts being missed today. I mean, short gimme putts are just gone.
Dude, you can't misread it at all. I can't tell how many times half the ball.
I didn't watch a lot of golf, but whenever Justin Rose barely tapped that ball and it rolled 1 mile per hour, 3 feet past the green, I was like, these greens are crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's about all the golf that I watched.
Butch is here, dude. Yes. BMA says Hovland almost doubled Eagles 15. I mean, dang, dude, Hovland is turning into the Jameis Winston of the PGA Tour. If he's not careful with his comments about his swings of 6.5 and his sweaters he's wearing and him always being stuck in the trees, this guy, he's dangerously close to Jameis.
I'm just so thankful to play in some snow.
Yes, dude. Like, that's what Victor Hovland gets done smiling. Everybody's like, wow, Victor, what a great shot. And they're like, how's your swing feel? It's like, oh, about a 6.5. Well, what was it a few weeks ago? It's about a 1. Like, okay, Victor, like, have some confidence, man. So, but yeah, this was just a funny image. I'm not to make fun of Corey Connors because he's awesome. He brought the Ontario boys down there. This was just a stat of the Masters so far, tail of the tape through 3 rounds between DeChambeau and Rory, and how they approached. That was, again, a shots gained approach. Rory was 2.62, and Bryson DeChambeau is minus 0.45. Around the green is where DeChambeau is making, and the putting was where DeChambeau is making all his stuff. Ball striking, golly, dude. These guys were freaking doing some things that were elite. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy. They're professionals.
Yeah.
Thanks, Butch.
Yeah. They do it every day, Butch. What are you talking about? They only been there practicing for a week, like,
dude. This is where it got crazy. Like,
signed up. Where do I sign at?
There was a point where Rory was +4 in 4 holes. He made everybody kept talking about the dad blame double bogeys. Nobody's double bogeyed twice and won the Masters. He double bogeyed twice today. I think he had 4 double bogeys the entire time. This shot, oh my gosh, boys. Number 15.
Oh yeah.
Oh, here it is.
He starts walking at it.
Oh, foot in the first cut. Big sweeping hook. Like
6 iron.
Just. And then trickles it up there to like 5 feet or whatever it was.
I mean, it's nuts, dude.
And that time, everybody was tied. Like, he was tied with Oberg. He was tied with Rose. Crowd's going nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, Justin Rose put on a show. This is just a picture of his. He had 10 birdies in his final round. I mean,
and see, this is what's, everybody likes the long ball now, just getting on the tee box and crushing it. And you got DeChambeau and Rory that can absolutely just launch it, right? I wonder what Rose's distance is because he's up in age. Is he teetering 300, 350? I mean, I doubt he's doing 420 like these guys on average, right?
Wait, who? Rose?
Yeah.
No, he's probably a 300 yard. He's probably like 290, 300.
I mean, see, that just shows that consistency, just steady climbing to the top, and just play your ball, make it happen. Don't 2-putt, keep the birdies coming and bogeys away from you. And dude, he was really close to winning the Masters,
Dude, they let his last major that he played in, the Open, he was tied for 2. Or he's tied for second there too. He finished T2. Rose is he's a majors gamer, dude. At 44, good for him. I mean, they started all right. Rory started with a double on 1, then Bryson birdied 2, Bryson bogeys number 3, and Rory birdies number 3. We had 2 lead changes in 3 holes. two-shot swings in the first 4 holes. It was insanity to start, and then it kind of got a little bit boring. So
until
quote
the back
unquote,
nine.
boring as everybody got mad because I wanted shot for shot. That's not the way it was. And then 11, when Rory, that ball didn't stay on it didn't roll into the water. Like it just stopped. I don't know how it didn't roll into the water.
Yeah,
Every other hole rolls into the water. And then he chunks that wedge off the toe into the water, into the creek on 13.
Yeah.
And then everybody's like, oh no, he's Duke versus Houston. He's about to collapse, and then he drops that dime on 15.
Was everybody like that, or were you like that?
What?
Obviously not the Houston fans were like that.
Oh, Duke versus, yeah, dude, he was Duke versus Houston. He was about to blow it. He was about to blow it. He had like 3 times he could have won that tournament.
You know what's crazy though? When he blew it back in was it 11 or 14 or whenever he blew it?
The 13 was the one he hit it in the water. I'm pretty sure the par 5.
Oh, the year that he blew the Masters.
Oh, okay.
Like 2011 or 14 or whenever it was. That was on April 10th. And Thursday was April 10th when he blew it on Thursday. Blew round, but got over his date. He got through
the date. That.
So next year, if the end of the Masters comes on April 10th, do not bet on Rory.
Yeah, don't bet Rory.
That's a hot take right there. You need to put that on the big board.
Oh yeah.
And then on 17, he hit the go. I'll play the audio here in a second, but there was only 11 playoffs in history since 1979. So then that was the one with Rose. But whoops. Here was Patrick Reed. How about this bad boy getting himself back up in there? Huh? Long iron. What was that? Number 17. Put it on 17. Just one hopping in.
Dude, I couldn't believe that. He was looking for it. He's like, where did it go? And then watch. He's like,
there he goes.
Oh, it dunked in there? Are you serious?
He's just like looking around. He's like, what happened?
He's
there
like,
you go.
Never did that. That's all luck.
Butch was all over some You in the group chat. You were on Patrick Reed watch. I don't know what the deal was, but
yeah, dude. I had a feeling that one of those guys was going to make a charge today, and that helped for sure. But I had Rose and Reed today for a lot of my showdowns, so that also helped.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah, 100% chalked them. Both of them.
Love that. How'd you do in your showdowns?
Good.
Didn't see any screenshots. That's usually Tex. Tex usually does the screenshots.
Yeah.
Remember any screenshots Tex?
I'm gonna keep them coming.
Hey.
I'm gonna keep them coming
until they work.
It's got to feel good to be Bush when he's just been. He says it's just day one every time, and then he's always
all the time. Calm down.
And we still do the same thing every time. BMOS said Stadler, 1982 had 3 double bogeys. Rory won that stat this year with 4. That's a nice nugget, BMA. He said Rory had a 7-shot lead on Rose entering number 10. What?
That's insane, dude.
Rose was 7 back? How many times did I tell Rose? Like I felt like Rose was the cow for me, myself, and Irene when he just keeps trying to shoot him and like has to clog his nostrils with his fingers. Rose just kept coming back, dude. He kept coming back. Bimo said when Bryson laid up on number 3, I knew he was that. That's another good point. All these dudes, big tiger, big drivers, let the big dogs eat this and that, blippity blah. We play big, we play nut up ball. When Rory laid up on the par 5, he hit it in the water. When Bryson kept trying to lay up, like they were trying to play smart golf, it's like they didn't get you there. You don't play that golf.
Yeah.
They're trying to get too dimply. They're trying to get too dimply.
That's right, dude. I mean,
they're trying to over dimple head it. Just nut up golf. No dimple heading.
When you're playing football, what do you do when you play football and you play not to lose? Like you're trying to run the clock.
Yeah.
And you don't
play Play to win.
If I'm one of these guys in the majors next time, I just watch Tom Brady highlights at the end of a game and show him how to milk a clock. So, 2011. There you go. B-Moz got you. So this is
11. Yep.
This one right here. I just want to listen. Hopefully you can hear the sound bites that when he hits it. He makes some pretty good noises here. Hope I don't want to get us in trouble. Fine. All right, he's made contact. Also, shout out to the shot tracer for being yellow. That's pretty cool.
Go. 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 Right, baby.
Go.
Dude, we gotta cut that. We gotta make that a button to hit where it's like I don't even know when to hit it, but it's right in the middle. Just hit it whenever you're about to do your how dare. It's like, all right, who wants to go? Go, ooh.
Dude, the words that you're using right now is great. Well, we gotta hit it.
Yeah, we got it. What a shot on 17. Oh, and then he missed the put on 18, so it didn't even matter. And then there you go.
There you go.
On your hands and knees. Have you ever in your life handshake? He never talked to Bryson DeChambeau all day. He would have gave him the cold shoulder. Oh, man. What a tournament.
He stayed in his bubble, man. He said that. He was going to stay in his bubble.
What do you think he's drinking tonight? Wine. He looks like he's probably a wine guy, don't you think?
No, dude. It's either Jameson or
Lefroy. He's drinking some single malt scotch.
Yeah.
Lefroy, something like that. Something with some high peat.
He's going to do a jackety where he just dumps one all the way from one sleeve to the other sleeve.
Yep.
Just right down the sleeve.
Yep. Just jacket luge.
What's the dark beer? Yes. That's what I was looking for, too.
Good call, B-Moz. B-Moz got a little bit of that. So he knows. But yeah.
But I would love to be hanging out with Lowry tonight.
That's who he's going to – you see the big hug he gave him?
Yes.
Lowry's going to get him turned up, dude. He's going to be –
Lowry's going to be more tanked than Rory is.
100%. I love Lowry's interview yesterday, too.
He's going to be drinking Irish car bombs. That's what he's going to be drinking.
Yes.
Hey, new video is Rory from the old Jaeger. The Jaeger bomb. This could be Rory. Car bombs.
Yep, there you go.
Lowry's like, I'm not going to sit up here and talk about Rory for 15 minutes. I'm trying to win this damn tournament, dude. It's like, yes. And then he went out there and shot like 9 over or something. Oh, all right. Let's one more look at the scoreboard, then we're going to move on. We got some other stuff to talk about, but here we go. Who had the round of the day? Can I click it? Justin Rose and Hideki. I told you, Edge. 6 under.
Yeah.
He's finally right. He says it enough times. He's finally right.
Told you, dude.
I was saying Bubba was going to have the round of the day. I was only 2 off.
But he didn't. He didn't have a better round than Hideki. So, Patrick.
I'm not going to lie. I thought Harris English's name was Harry English. I thought he was Harry. Thought he was a Harry.
Harry. Shout out Scotty for I'm just going to play like dog water and get a top 5. Everything's wrong with my golf game. Dude, it's so dumb. So dumb. So, anyways, that's it from the Masters. Anything else on the Masters, guys? That was just a fun time. Sungjae M got 5th. Gotta be kidding me. Sungjae M, Butch. That's Butch's favorite golfer.
Yeah, dude, he went like 300 today or something. Didn't he?
He did.
Yeah.
So, I don't think I have anything else.
Heck out of Eam all the time.
Nope. Until next year.
Shout out Max Homa getting a top 12. I think that gets him into the Masters next year, maybe. There was some stipulation. So,
what is it?
You know what time it is now, boys. Football's back. Football's back. Let's start talking about some football stuff. Come on, let's go.
Decky's missed putt on 18 cost me. Oh my gosh, dude! Come on, Hideki. Come on. All right. So we had. I think that's everything from the Masters. Let me check the doc real quick, and then we will hit the salute your sports. We'll do the football stuff, and then we'll do the hockey stuff, and then we'll do the shambles meter, and that'll pretty much. We're all over the place today because it's the Masters, and that's kind of what we're doing right now. So Tex has just left, and he's gone. Okay, yeah, I think that's everything. Oh, Scrabble Day. Oh, I'll do that in a second. I know I just keep rambling for no reason. Everybody, shh. Let's do some salute your sports. Nothing else from the Masters. Speak now or hold your peace.
No, that was a great bridge to football.
It was a great bridge. Shh. Okay, salute your sports. If you are tuning in now and you missed the Masters, go back and restart it because we are moving on to some other topics. Scrabble Day, by the way. For 2 decades, the co-inventor James Bruneau, along with another friend, made all the games he sold by hand in his garage. How about that? That's pretty cool. Bet you didn't know that about Scrabble. Also, I can't wait to hear G.U.Y.S report back from the Masters because he was there. So he's probably got some cool stuff. He hasn't really had his phone all the whole time. Okay.
He cried. It was good.
He did it all. He Jim Valvano'd himself.
Yep.
So good day for him. Edge, also great job getting that shot at J-By.
Dude, I had to pause it like twice to get
that
it
was
right.
Hilarious. That was funny.
Did you pick it up, like right off bat, or were you like just scrolling back and forth, just trying to find them?
No, I knew he would be at that shot because he said earlier he was going to be on either 15, 16, or 18. So I knew he was.
Why was he leaning back so far? That's what I didn't get.
Because there was a camera guy right behind him.
Oh, okay.
He was holding right in front of him.
I'm sitting there looking at him. I was like, why is he leaning back like that?
Oh, so that was really J.Y.?
Yeah, it's him.
Oh, I thought it was just like a doppelganger.
No,
in that picture, it looks like he's got. It looks like he's got those glasses that angle upward, like he looks like one of the Migos.
The whole flip up.
Oh, J.Y.
He looks like Toby Keith right there. Honestly, R.I.P.
He looks like this cartoon that you got going on right here.
Oh yeah, you're right. This cartoon is this meme. It just basically says, "Who can I blame?" and it's the first square. And then there's 2 options with 2 buttons. It says Nico and the other players, and the other button says Tennessee and other schools. And these are all the media people who just don't want to say one side or the other is wrong. And so they just do what everybody does and says, let's blame the government. Let's blame the governing body. The NCAA is a joke. Whoa. And so they hit that button that's to the side, and it's the emergency button. And what are we talking about? I should have not put this first. I put that in the wrong order, so whoops. And they're all in the wrong order. Anyways, sources, we'll go back. Sources. Tennessee
so we're talking about Nico's deal.
Yes. Nico Limalaba.
Yeah.
I am a leave. Somebody put Nico, I'm a leaving.
Yeah. I'm leaving. Yeah.
I'm a leaving. That's perfect right there.
That's good. He's moving on from Tennessee's moving on from starting quarterback Nico Amalivia, whatever his name is. Tennessee coach Josh Heupel informed the team of the decision at team meeting this morning. He missed meetings and practice on Friday, which was the driver of this decision. Also, he was holding out to go from $2 million to $4 million, and that's why we had the meme in the front. This came about because Dan Lanning apparently was the coach who initiated contact to Tennessee coach Josh Heupel, who let him know Nico was sniffing around for a deal. Do you respect Dan Lanning for that, or do you think he's a snitch?
No. Well, he is a snitch, but in today's times for coaching, hey, it's a good heads up.
Everybody's attacking coaches. Like that was everybody's angle, was like everybody's having to find new angles. That's why I did that little meme at the beginning. So
yeah, but these coaches got to trust each other a little bit. I kind of get that. Like, hey, this guy's calling me asking about some stuff, so wanted to let you know. Doesn't mean he's not going to try and get him.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I would want to know if my players are, out hunting So
yeah,
I respect it, but
and that maybe they'll coach together one day. Who knows? But
you never know. You don't want to be burning bridges like that in the coaching world.
Yeah,
like you never know what's going to happen with your situation. So yeah, giving somebody a heads up would be cool.
But here's what I'm hearing about the situation though. So apparently,
let's go.
Nico was wanting to update the offense a little bit to make it more similar to a pro style deal. Get some stuff in there to where it's preparing him more for the NFL, because he's been in contact with some guys who have gone on and say that the things they're doing at Tennessee aren't really preparing them with the system they run for the NFL. But at the same time, Nico was getting recruited and saw what they were doing and how they ran their offense. So is it really Hupel's job to prepare him for the NFL at risk of not performing well in games? Or is it his job to try and go out there and put a system in to win games in the college system? So it's kind of like a chicken and an egg. And, I don't know how the conversations or communication went between Hupel and Nico and how they were going to change the system. Maybe he made promises weren't kept. I don't know. But that just seems like Nico was wanting to do something that's going to set him up better for the future, where Hupel's kind of like, this is my system maybe, and this is how I want to run the ball. And it got us, yeah, you were the quarterback, but it's my system, and it got us to where we want to go. And I think he probably just feels like he's got somebody in there who can do just as good as he did.
I'm pretty sure that Heupel and they're concerned about the $4 million and saying, dude, you're not worth it.
I agree.
Because the dude from Ohio State got $4 million to go to Miami. That might be the going rate of quarterbacks now. Who knows?
You mean Georgia?
Georgia. Yeah.
But see, and also shout out to BMO, because didn't what's his name, Mayo, get like $5 million back in the day? Brett May or whatever his name, or not? What the fuck is his name? May from North Carolina.
Drake May.
Oh, Drake May.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He got like $4 or $5 million back in the day. So maybe that is the price of a quarterback. But at the same time, like Butch was talking about, if you're not worth it, I'm not going to pay you this, because it's the running rate. And another thing is, like, this is the mentality that we keep harping on. Like, this is what drives America crazy right now, is that, and even God, his name just slipped my mind. A coach from Alabama that's on ESPN now. Nick Saban said this a while back too. Is like, it's going to come down to two things: what is promised for me in the first year that I get there, and how much money can you pay me? And that's ultimately the reason why he wanted to get out of coaching, is because of the entitlement bullcrap that comes along with it. Instead of just, hey, I want to play for the university, just like we said the other night. Like, you're at Tennessee. If you take a step back and look at Peyton Manning and like how he built basically what Tennessee is now for football, he came back. He could have won his junior. He came back his senior year just to win a national championship. And, there's probably some other controversy in there, like, hey, what team is going to draft me the first round or whatever. But at the same time, though, is now the whole mindset for everybody is go get paid, and push you. And instead, it's like, what happened to being a team leader, to being a team sport? And when these guys get out in the real world, they're not going to have shit for ethics. Like, it used to actually mean something, saying, wait a minute, you play college ball? Like, if I'm hiring somebody, you play college ball, didn't matter what it was. You understood the 5 a.m. workouts, the being a student athlete, managing your studies, like time management, all that stuff right out of college made you more of a prime candidate than Jimmy, who sat there and playing Fortnite all night, and didn't do shit but just, go to a couple classes, right? So now it's like, these guys are going out in their working world after they don't get drafted, and they're, got a couple million in the bank or whatever.
Even if they do get drafted,
I'm not even looking at them. Like, I'm like, this guy's entitled, all this me. That's just my.
Even if they do get drafted, they're going to walk in there and be like, okay, if things get tough here, what are they going to do?
Imagine if he said this to Bill Belichick, though, and he was going to the Patriots. Like, hey, Bill, I want you to change your program and change the way you run stuff so that I can throw the ball more.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, the whole thing about them getting paid, not getting paid. I think this all started with the we're going to sit out bowl games crap. I'm sorry. That's just when it started. And then it turned into we need to pay the players. And now you got all these people in the media who are former players who are saying they got to pay the players. And now all these idiots are saying college football is ruined. And I'm like, wait a minute now, Micah Parsons. Wait a minute, RG3. Wait a minute, Dan Orlovsky and all these people were like, go to bat for the players. And then this stuff starts happening. And what do? They turn their tail and just yell at the NCAA. Like, you didn't think this was going to happen when you said it's okay for them to sit out because they're preparing for their future. It's like preparing for your future is staying there, finishing the job, being a teammate, being a good person. Because guess what? Whenever you're done and you're done playing ball, you're not going to get recruited everywhere, right? What are you going to do when your kids and your family need you? You're just going to be like, nope, I'm going to go to another family for that's what sports and football are supposed to teach you. Like, it teaches you how to sacrifice yourself and what you want for the betterment of the team. Not put yourself first, get your bag, take care of yourself first. Then if it fits your
Agenda.
the way you want to play football and your scheme and the way you want to do things, great. I hate this putting the coaches versus the players. Well, coaches can leave whenever they want. Great, dude. The coach is 50 years old. He probably did everything that this player has already done and didn't get paid for it.
Yeah.
We don't want to pit the coaches versus the players. And I understand everybody wants to yell and be like, oh, the NCAA, but that's always everybody's excuse. The bottom line is guess what? When it comes to you want to get paid and you want to have your money and you put all that and you got to get your bag and protect your brand. If you cultivate that and they listen to everything everybody on shows like this say, that's what they're going to think. They're going to think they're doing right. It's being what happened to when you were a kid? It's money's the root of all evil. Money is not everything.
More respect now more than ever goes to D2 and D3 programs.
100%.
Undrafted guys, coming in with a chip on their shoulder. Walk-ons that don't get scholarships until their senior year, the last couple semesters. To me, that's more the heart and guts of ball now instead of.
Well, and you're looking at an NFL recruit, and you're looking at those things. You got to be like, hey, what was this guy given, or what did this guy take?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
And taking meaning what was he earning?
Yeah.
The hard work, the stuff that you don't see, the things that is happening when nobody else is looking, kind of thing. And is he coming to play all in, or he just playing for himself?
Gone are the days everything's this is the travel ball era, right? This was the guys who went and they just show up to showcases and then do their thing and then leave. It didn't matter if you won or lost. It was put up your numbers and go home. That's what 7-on-7 is. That's what flag football is now for the most part. You show up, there's 15 games going on. You got to put up the most stats. You can be the MVP and then you go home. Didn't care if you win, and another thing what I'm talking about is Joel Klatt says, oh, NIL and the portal aren't ruining college. It's the pathetic, inept NCAA for not enforcing the rules that threaten to ruin college schools. So we need a governing body. That's what everybody says. We need a governing body. We need a governing body. They take no responsibility for when they were sitting up here saying, I understand why they're sitting out. They should be able to sit out. They should get paid. They should do this. No, everybody should have been, the people like Joel Klatt and Emmanuel Acho should have been like, that's garbage. You need to play your games. Because this is what happens in 10 years after all that garbage started, right? You've been telling these kids it's okay to sit out. It's okay not to play. It's okay to get
load management.
Oh, dude. So anyways, and then again, Acho says college fan, it may not be ruined, but it's just disfigured so much it's nearly unrecognizable. These guys with the microphones and the cameras are just yelling at the government and yelling at the NCAA are not doing anybody any favors or trying to cover their own butts because they're not picking a side and being like, They want to yell at the coaches and want to yell at the NCAA. And they need to grab these kids and be like, play your freaking games, dude. You'll get more out of that than anything the rest of your life. Play your games. Be there for your teammates.
Somebody just needs to explain the situation. Like, there's nothing wrong with the guys to earn money.
No.
But the problem is that they just opened the floodgate and just there was no stipulation here. It was just like, all right, the levee's busted. Y'all just go get what you can get. Well, of course people are going to act like that. Of course everybody's going to be, well, I gotta go get mine because this guy's getting his. But that's the competition.
But I've said this from the beginning. This was all calculated.
On the field is the competition is how much money you're getting.
Yeah. How many followers do you have? What's your brand? Are you getting more money than the guy who just got paid,
So, yeah.
Football as a whole needs to work on maintaining the product on the field, making sure football is still football being played. Like, we need good, hard tackling, great explosive offenses, and some awesome turnovers. Like, that's what you need to see. Like, football needs to stay football and not drama off the field, because that's the problem the NBA's got right now. The biggest drama they still have is what's LeBron James arguing about Stephen A. Smith with, or whose podcast is LeBron James going on? Not this playoff race or that playoff race. We need to make sure the product on the field is what matters most.
But the issue is that the NBA gets paid the most. So that's where all the players want their model to be. That's the problem, is that the NBA gets paid.
I think baseball gets paid the most, don't they?
No, well, I think it is the NBA, but there's only like 15 guys on the team.
That's what I'm saying.
So they got all those max.
Like, average-wise, the NBA players make the most, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Like, per team, per player, they make the most. Okay.
And everybody
I don't disagree with that.
Who plays football looks across and is like, well, the NBA's making that much. And it's like, you can't think of it like that, dude, because it's not the same thing. But they're both fruits, but they're apples and oranges. They're different, it's different. So this whole thing all started with the sit-outs.
I'm going to tell you what, football now is like the show Walking Dead. It's like, football is the zombies. The game football is the zombies. They're kind of in the way of the drama. It's kind of in the way of the drama. So you gotta like shoot the zombie dead, but the drama is the show. So the drama right now is the money, all the off the field, and then football's kind of getting in the way, the actual game.
Okay, I see that. I love the all this was calculated, man. Like, I did a whole segment on this where this whole thing was released at a time where the SEC was losing its power. They wanted to rearrange the playoff. They wanted to release NIL. They were losing control, so they just said, here you go. And then everything went to crap, and it was a free-for-all for everything. Like, it was all calculated. They knew what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were doing. So they were losing power, and they got scared, so they did everything. They did something that they thought everybody would like them for, which was like, oh, yeah, you can pay players. So the big schools with all the money would be like, oh, the NCAA is great. And the players would be like, oh, the NCAA is great. Meanwhile, everything's just going to crap. Anything else on that?
No, let's get activity. I saw the next slide.
Dude, speaking of this.
Yes.
Western Michigan wins its first men's hockey national championship, 6-2 over the Boston Terriers. They ran them out of the building, boys. I mean, just shellacked them. It was a 2-goal game. It was a 1-goal game at one point. Then it's pretty much stayed a 2-goal game the entire third period. Boston U couldn't do anything. They do have a guy who's a legit defender. He looks like he's like one of the who's the captain for the Devils. Those brothers. I can't remember what their names are. What's his name? There's like 3 of them.
The Stalls?
No, the Devils, a little water bug guy, a little jittery bug. I can't remember what their names are now.
I have no clue.
Tex, come on.
Come on, Tex.
Gaudreau?
No. Jack Hughes.
The Hughes. Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
there you go.
Oh, the Hughes.
There you go. Oh, Hughes. Hughes. Anyways, Western Michigan, absolutely
Hughes, damn
fantastic.
right.
Hughes are damn right. But I was watching this, and it was incredible. Shout out to the Frozen Four, which is just one of the best. Western Michigan had a double OT game. So, shout out, row the boat. Anything else on the Western Michigan boys?
Also, shout out to women's hockey for America bringing it home against Canada, I believe.
Ah, finally.
Yep.
In your face, Canada.
Appreciate that, ladies. Ladies.
Nice.
Oh, and I love this. Shout out Barstool Sports. We give credit on this show. For the love of the game, Western Michigan won the college national hockey championship without spending a single penny on NIL.
Oh.
In your freaking faces, football. We love you, football, but this is in your face. This, you mean to tell me these boys right here did not appreciate every single ounce and drop of this run in this game?
I was literally going to say, like, how great would it be for a team, you know, this blue collar, backbone of America, low budget. This makes a run for a national championship. And lo and behold, this is what we have.
Boom. In the same state as Michigan State, as Michigan, just snapped it right out from under them. In their face. Love it. And they're getting like a $600 million training facility from what I remember hearing on the broadcast.
There's the money.
So the Bears didn't get played, but they're going to have a nice, but awesome. That is just awesome. Woo! Okay. Anything else on the news and notes? I don't think so.
No.
I think it's time to get to the shambles meter, boys. Shall we get to the shambles meter?
Let's do it.
All right. This is a good one because you don't have to know any sports to know any topics of these at all. It's going to be great. All right. If you're allergic to electric guitars, cover your ears. Get a Benadryl ready. We had too much going on to do the DFS and picks and all that stuff. Just trying to get this together as I was watching too much golf. So we're going to switch gears right to the shambles meter. Here we go. Without further ado, here are your 4 shambles meters. Number 4 is fizzy carbonated drinks. Number 3 are dude's ears. Number 2 is Chat GPT. And number 1 are salmon. So you're probably asking yourself, what are you talking about, dude? Drinking fizzy drinks can lead to hair loss.
Dadgummit.
Shambles. This is what happens, boys. Liquid death. I might have to.
Are we calling beer fizzy too? Because that's why
I don't know. It says lay off fizzy drinks. Pulmonary and critical care specialists warn that sodas and energy drinks. Oh, okay. Sodas and energy drinks can contribute to hair loss. So you got a high caffeine can increase cortisol levels, which is stress related, and that can create poor circulation and inflammation, which weakens the hair follicles to the surface of the dermal layer. So if you drink 7 times a week beverages like that, you triple your risk of hair loss compared to those who didn't.
Yeah, well, I mean, I probably could justify that. I drank a lot of Rippets back in the day and Monsters and Red Bulls, so that's we'll claim it up for that too, along with the free tea and everything else that they keep pointing fingers on.
I mean, boys, it says caffeine and sugar drinks. So yeah, energy drinks and sodas. So I'm good on that front. I don't drink a lot of sodas. I used to drink Dr. Pepper, but whoops.
Ugh.
So what did the Chinese put out as a product in favor of?
There you go. Bush knows his research. He knows how research works.
Yeah, where's their counter here? Now I know how marketing works.
Yes.
And this is a marketing bully right here.
I like that. It's like, oh, they just came out with this new drink that you squeeze in your water.
Yeah.
It's free of all this.
This will reverse your hair follicle growth.
That's right, dude.
Or promote it.
Wake up your hair.
That's right. Yeah, you rub the complete opposite of a fizzy drink. Rub like just mud on your hair. Here's this mud that can reverse that. Number 3 was dudes' ears. Studies show that women are better at hearing than men everywhere in the world. Says
okay. Okay. Like what are we doing here?
So everybody just get married, and like watch. Just stand in the corner and watch the wife have a conversation with her husband, and then ask how much the husband remembers, which will be nothing.
Like what are we doing here? This is
Can we cross it out and put listening?
2 days ago. I don't know.
And
I don't remember talking about that.
I want to tell you what the marketing ploy here was.
Yeah.
Dude wipe.
Dude wipe.
Said it, but
Hearing
Did you
aids
know
for dudes.
that men spend an average of 7 hours a week on the toilet?
Dude wipe Q-tips.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Improve your listening.
It found that women are generally have more sensitive hearing, challenging the idea that age is the main factor. 450 people across 13 countries researchers found that women could hear about 2 decibels better. Environmental factors almost matter. People in forests had the best hearing, while those in high altitudes had the worst hearing. Oh. Urban residents were more attuned to high-pitched sounds. The study published in scientific reports suggests that both biology and environment shape hearing, though heightened sensitivity may increase noise-related health risks. I don't even know what I just read, but if you live in the woods, you're going to have better hearing.
I thought you'd live on water, you'd have excellent hearing.
Dude,
I would challenge.
It does.
Well, you know what? I think that does make sense. If you live in the woods, you have better hearing. But if you're out there like during the fall shooting guns, I think your hearing suffers.
That's BS, because if a bear poops in the
wear
woods,
earplugs.
do you hear it? Tell me all the people who live in the woods. If a bear poops in the woods, do you hear it? If a tree falls in the woods, do you hear it? Because all those,
unless it falls in the river, yes.
I will say this: living on when you have the river, the sound does bounce across the river. It's pretty wild. You can hear people's conversations all the way across the river, like verbatim.
It's hilarious too, because like people will be talking crap on the boat, and they talk a lot enough to get over the engine noise in the boat, and you hear everything on the bank. You're like, this mother,
because you can't hear the engine from out there, 100%.
That was me and AK last summer. We had an incident a couple years ago. We were out there fishing at night, and this dude didn't see us, and so we were flashing our lights at him. So now every time I see a boat go by and we're out there at night and we're fishing on the boat, I'm shining the lights at him to make sure they see us. And there's a guy who's like, "What are you guys shining your lights at me for? Why are they doing that?" Cussing us up and down. I'm like, dude, I just don't want to get almost run over again. That was scary.
Yeah, that was terrible. Terrifying. You know what you could do?
He was like 10 feet from us. Yeah. That dude was like 10 feet from us.
I don't know how he didn't see us because we were up under the bridge. The lights. Do you remember whenever I ruined that couple's wedding picture because I drove too close to the dock by that venue? Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, I do remember that. You just threw wake up all over the place. I do remember that.
They were on the boat, and I was like, "Oh no, we're way too close to the dock." It was too late. By the time I had done it, it was too late.
Spray them, like,
dude,
no, they got rocked. They got rocked pretty good. Yeah,
I could feel them staring at us too. I was like, "Oh no!"
Wait, they were on the boat or the dock?
They were on the boat doing pictures, and we like waked them, just rode right by.
Oh
them.
No!
It was an accident. It was at night. I was
Sure
watching.
I
was watching the GPS because I was just following the track that I had laid down earlier.
Yep, I remember that. Now you mentioned.
Do pictures in the daytime like everybody else. Actually, I apologize if you're listening to the show. Sorry. Number 3. Chat GPT can now remember everything you've ever told it.
We already knew this. This was the whole debate of robots taking over. Be careful what you tell ChatGPT. Like we already knew this. This is not new. They're just trying to make it a scare right now.
I've never even used this. So it enables AI to recall details from all your past chats, making interactions more personalized than ever. The memory had to be manually toggled for specific items. Now it can automatically pick up and retain details like your preferences, interests, or even recurring topics. This is scary. Is this not scary?
Yeah, but dude, I actually thought about this the other day too. I don't even know why it crossed my mind, but like you're going to have people out there literally having a relationship with this. Like,
with the Tesla robot,
this is going to be like their friend right here. Like, GPT, hey, I want to ask it everything, tell it everything. Because this is the only thing that's showing somebody attention.
Oh wow!
Whoa, dude.
Well,
I'm not doubting it though.
It's going to happen. I swear to you.
I'm not doubting it.
We'll see it on the news years down the road.
But whenever they were doing autocorrect with iPhones, didn't iPhone autocorrect get dumber because people kept on misspelling stuff? So it started because it was like it used everybody's past conversations to try and build a dictionary, and so because of that, it kept on having. It was feared that it was going to get dumber because people couldn't spell. They relied too much on autocorrect.
It was dumb because every time you tried to write the F word, you just got a duck. So it was a complete idiot. Couldn't even figure out that. I'm not worried about this stupid Chat GPT.
Well,
I don't know the answer to that question.
That's crazy.
For instance, I typed in shot and it corrected it to shit.
That's because you saved that much. You saved that one.
Yeah, quit saying that word, dude. This is a surprisingly great feature. Extremely usable and personalized. You can still turn the memory off, and you can manage or delete them in the memories tab. This is. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, it's not really deleted.
It's not deleted. Absolutely not. The robots are about 3 to 5 years out. Pair this with the next iteration of ChatGPT and watch out society.
Oh my gosh!
How do we combat this? What do we have to do? How about we
stop using ChatGPT? That's how you combat it.
They're going to know all of our thoughts, so they're going to know how to manipulate us. You know what I mean? Like somebody's going to be like, "Oh,
they're not going to know your thoughts if you don't use it."
Well, I don't use it. I've never used it, but isn't it ingrained in all of our stuff? I don't know. They're going to be like, "Oh, here's this video of Rory McIlroy missing the putt on 18." I'll be like, "Yeah, I'd love to watch that." And then it's like, "Oh, in your face. Here's a fizzy drink to brought your hair out." Number one, shambles, complete shambles meter here for number one, guys. Salmon are on the shambles meter. They are swimming faster due to painkillers being dumped into the rivers.
What?
Cocaine salmon?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Cocaine bears now cocaine salmon.
Oh,
you got some meth salmon going on.
Holy crap.
Forget hydrocodone. It's hydrocodone. We got freaking Hail Hydra salmon out here. Where's Captain America? Holy smokes. That's weird. I guess the bears, if the bears eat the salmon, you got doped up bears. Here it is from Deep and Scary. A recent study led by a Swedish University of Agricultural Sciences has revealed that pharmaceutical pollutants, psychoactive drugs like clobazam and tramadol, are altering the behavior of juvenile Atlantic salmon.
What is tramadol?
That's not a. I'll have to ask. I got a source.
Hang on, I can look it up.
Is a little stronger than Tylenol.
Yeah, they've been shown to increase the swimming speed and migration success of salmon by influencing their brain function and behavior. This was conducted in the Sweden's River Dal. Demonstrated that whatever that word is, I should know how to read that. Exposure shortened the time it took for salmon to navigate through the hydropower dams and increased their likelihood of reaching the sea. However, scientists caution that such changes to natural behavior could have a broader ecological consequences, potentially disrupting predator-prey dynamics and the overall health of aquatic ecosystem. So, stop dumping your pills into the water. Seems like a pretty easy
that's what
solution.
I would say.
Do you think it's funny this study was done by the Swedish
fish?
And it's on fish?
Isn't the Swedish fish shaped like a salmon?
Yeah.
Got him.
It's so good. Oh my gosh. Wow.
And that Swedish fish has got more chemicals than anything in this world.
You're right.
Well, the last time we got some, I think my wife and our last kid, she got sent home with some prescription painkillers, but they gave us a little packet to mix them with. Like if we were going to dump them, they gave you a packet to mix it with to neutralize all the stuff. So I just wonder if that's not happening.
You're mixing your own medicine now?
No, it was no. It was they give you a pack, like it came with a pouch mixed with some sort of chemicals to neutralize all the pharmaceutical stuff in there. So it's basically before you dumped it, you're supposed to mix it with that stuff and then dump it.
So if you didn't use all your pills, you mix it with this acid or whatever it is, and it just destroys it. Got it.
Yeah. So that's what you're supposed to do.
You're supposed to crush it up and then dump it into the toilet.
On a table. Oh, yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, on the table.
Yeah. Dude, so salmon. That's the shambles meter, boys.
Oh.
Wasn't that a fun one?
That was it sounds like makes them they can get to the sea faster, so I don't know. I feel like that's a good thing.
Are we gonna have a salmon overload now because it's gonna mess up the hunting period? Oh my gosh! And then the bears are gonna be hungry. So what are they gonna eat? They're gonna start migrating toward populated places where they can get food.
They already do. I mean, let's be real. Who's been to Maggie Valley or anywhere in the Smoky Mountains? Like bears, I don't think hunt anymore other than go to VRBOs and tear up trash cans. And get people's cars. Like I don't think
the bears are soft.
Yeah, dude. They're just been they've been peopleized. Honestly, like they know they can go. Some Janet left her window down in her Ford Explorer. She just went to McDonald's and they're going to go raid Mickey D's bag and get a quarter pounder with fries instead of go to a river and try to catch a fish.
Here's what we do: we just start talking to ChatGPT about. Wow, bears are really great. Bears are going to take over the world. And then when ChatGPT finally gets these sex robots, the sex robots are just going to be fighting with the bears, and we're going to get to kick back and watch this war ensue, and then just take all the salmon and finally get some fresh fish around here instead of that freaking salmon pudding that they put out in the grocery stores.
Ugh. It's been
that's what I'm saying.
Injected with dyes and everything else. Ugh.
Let's just if ChatGPT and those robots are going to take over the world, let's convince them that bears are the greatest threat to their civilization, and then we just have an all-out war of bears versus robots. So,
God, we need sports back in our life.
We do.
This is our conversations we've been having for the last 25 minutes.
Okay.
Oh wow. I do have one shout out left. Shout out to on the shambles meter. Somebody called Dylon and check on him because he's in shambles after his lineup and the Masters recovery. So still love you, Dylon. Still love you.
Hey, also I want to see if all you guys can name this. I put this on here for a 90s show right here. We're all 90s guys. Look at this shirt. I want to know if you can name all these bands. So on the top left, you've got looks like a mollusk. There's a mollusk in a jar. And then it looks
Pearl
like
Jam.
9-inch nails.
Pearl Jam.
Smashing Pumpkins.
Smashing Pumpkins.
The Black Crows.
The Black Crows, yep.
You got Red Hot Chili Peppers under
It's Counting Crows.
Oh, Counting Crows, yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's a tree, though? What's a tree?
Bush.
Oh, God. Okay.
It's a bush, dude.
What is that, olives or cherries? What is that?
Is it black-eyed cherries? No. Third-eye blind? Cherry. Something with cherry. Wasn't there a band with cherry in the name?
Nope. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Corn, Matchbox 20.
Matchbox 20
and Corn.
Yeah. I don't know what that one in the middle is. The blueberries?
It's something with
blackberries? Looks like berries.
The cranberries?
The cranberries.
Oh, might be. Look at that.
Cranberries are 80s, though. That's not 90s.
I thought
I don't know that zombie song.
I don't know. There's like eyes and cherries. Third eye blind, cherry, black-eyed cherries. I don't know.
Black-eyed cherries. Yeah,
that's the black-eyed peas.
The black-eyed peas.
I just thought that was a fun little activity. Sorry.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, I think we nailed it.
We
9
missed.
Inch Nails.
If anybody else knows the other one, let us know with that one in the middle. We got a couple of, let's hang some banners and then we'll be out of here. Great Masters, great shambles meter, great argument about football. Let's keep the momentum going. Let's hang some banners. Everybody
You did it! Congratulations!
hang the banners. Who wants to go first?
All right. Go ahead.
I'll go first. I got 2. I'm going to hang the banner for lemonade stands. They are back.
It was the cranberries.
The cranberries, okay.
That's what I said.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
I was confirming. What
were you using, ChatGPT? Damn it, they're going to be on to our show now.
I just DuckDuckGo'd 90s band with berries in their name.
This Google website that doesn't follow you. Everybody knows about it.
I don't know what DuckDuckGo is.
Except for AK. It doesn't track.
No idea what that is. Absolutely no idea what that is. As much as I'm on the internet, I have no idea what that is. Yeah, sure it doesn't. Lemonade stands, hang the banner. This little group of kids in our neighborhood was selling lemonade. I stopped by and bought some lemonade, and I was like, this is awesome. Turns out one of their kids is in my son's class. It looks like my son has a crush on that kid, and that was really fun to watch. That was cool. That was cool, man.
He was spitting some game.
Shout out lemonade stands. Hang the banner for them. It was cool to see kids getting down there and just starting their, just being entrepreneurs. I love that.
I love it.
So my second one is to Brandon Ayuk for getting married. He got married, I think Saturday. So shout out Brandon Ayuk.
Oh no!
I knew none of you would catch this, and if I was a real sourpuss, I wouldn't have put this up. But my immediate thought was, this is eventually going to get to him, so I'm just going to get out in front of it.
Yeah, I know what you try to do.
So shout out, hang the banner, Brandon Ayuk. Love is in the air, guys. Love is in the air.
And now you're going to spend the next 5 weeks sitting there saying, "I don't believe in the marriage jinx. This doesn't happen."
I don't believe in it.
Okay.
Sorry. Who wants to go next? Those are mine. Okay.
I'll get
not everybody at once.
Well, mine's all Masters related. We already talked about it, like Hoberg and Reed coming through. Hang the banner for those guys. Some awesome shots today. Throughout the week. I mean, it's just been epic. So, I'll hang the banner for what we said earlier. Is that the Masters did it right? Like, having the website where they got, holes 4, 5, and 6, and 15 and 16, amen corner, the range, they do it right. You can't bring phones in there. And I saw a post about this earlier where, there's pictures going on throughout the Masters where there's no one on their phones and everybody's just locked in on what's happening. And versus now, like you go to another tournament and everybody's got like their phone up in the air, like trying to video it, and it stays in their memory forever and they never show it to anybody or anything like that. So shout out to the Masters to keeping it OG and doing it right.
Well, you get the scoreboard roars too, because nobody has any idea whenever there's a lead change
until
the scoreboard changes. And then when they change the number, everybody goes, ah!
Yep. And the old flip up style, scoreboard. I mean, just great. Shout out 100%. To the Masters.
All right, who's next? Hang the banner. Do it.
I'm going to hang the banner for my San Antonio Brahmas. Going 0-3 to start the season.
Dang it.
Oh, boy.
Lost today to the Michigan Panthers.
That's pathetic.
Yep. Shout out. Hey, let's get it together, boys.
It took Rory a shorter amount of time to get to the NFC, to win an NFC championship, or to win a Masters championship, than it did the Cowboys win an NFC championship.
What?
It took Rory 11 years to hit a grand slam, is what he's saying.
I was sitting here thinking, like, the better team for Rory to have been compared to on your list for footballing the Masters was actually the Cowboys because they had a lot of success in the past, but haven't done much lately.
Well, the 49ers had a lot of success too, and then they've had a lot of success recently. They can't get the job done.
No,
he was the perfect Niners comp. That's just what I just did. Was said, oh, if Rory can next, we're going to do golfers. We're going to golf football, and I'm going to make the Rory the Niners.
Well, the Niners don't even have a wide receiver now because
nope.
Debo's gone and Ayuk's done because they
get
just
him out. You can't sit there. Okay, all right. Cowboys fans running their mouths again. Running their mouths. Butch, did you have one?
Better franchise.
Hang the banner, Aaron Judge. Keep dropping bombs.
Torpedo bats doesn't count.
Yeah, as using a torpedo bat.
Torpedo bats.
And he also plays at the Yankee Stadium, which is the best place to hit home runs for a right-hander. So, you know, I'm sick of hearing about Judge until he does something.
Yeah, trade him somewhere else and see if he does. Trade him to Seattle and see what happens.
Wait a second. This opens up a good debate though because of the torpedo bets. Does that mean that this year, say they have like another, Mark McGwire type home run, for most home runs hit, is it going to be an asterisk by their name because they're using torpedo bets?
100%.
If they outlaw them, then yeah.
They modeled the torpedo bat after that big blue bat that was the Mark McGwire bat. You remember that thing? You could hit a freaking country mile. So they're not even doing their own stuff. Of course they aren't. Nobody does their own stuff anymore. But if we power rank, does Rory have the lowest power ranked Grand Slam career because it took him the longest to do it?
100%. I mean, I was saying that while I was watching on TV.
Wow.
Because you got Tiger doing it in 1 year.
Yep.
It was like 1-1.
Jack did it in 3. Gary Play did it in 3.
5.
Hogan did it
max.
1.
And then it was this huge gap until you had 11 years, So, yeah, congratulations on, hitting your Grand Slam. But at the same time,
what can Rory do?
I wouldn't want my picture up there next to those goats. And it took me 11 years to do it. Everybody else did it in 1, Like, imagine all the shit the Tiger's going to be talking to him about it. I guarantee he probably already said, hey, congratulations. Sorry it took you an extra 10 years and an extra decade to do it than what I did it,
Yeah, Tiger said
it's about
he wants his privacy. He wants his privacy. Don't bother him about his social media picture he posted with his new girlfriend. So he's being quiet on social media. And then the last piece of news, boys, for the first time in NHL history, the Rangers, the Penguins, and the Bruins have all failed to qualify for the playoffs. That's the first time it's ever happened in the history of the league.
Oh, wow.
Usually one of these teams is in the playoffs. Rangers got eliminated by the Hurricanes the other night. Bums. Sucks. Damn it. Anyways.
Who won the NCAA?
What do you mean?
Who won?
Hockey.
No, basketball.
Western Michigan.
Oh, in basketball.
Florida. Oh, Florida won it.
SEC in your face.
They also lost in the Final Four, though.
No, they didn't. Florida couldn't have lost in the Final Four and win the.
About the SEC.
Well, the SEC lost to the Final Four.
Well, that's because they played each other.
Well,
so the record. Okay. Wait a minute. The record in the Final Four was 500.
Mm-hmm.
What about the national championship?
And so the Big 12 was 500 in the Final Four too.
Wasn't the record throughout all of March Madness for the SEC was 500?
Of course it was. Yeah, it was. Interesting stat. So all those big SEC muscle dollars, and they can't freaking get over 500. What a bunch of losers. Losers. Whoops. Anything else?
Probably more than 500.
That was a great Masters recap, and that was a great shambles meter, and that was a great argument about football. The SEC still sucks. Anything else?
Nope.
No, can't wait to talk football. Draft's coming up.
Not will see you. What is today? Sunday. We will see you Wednesday. Go Niners in the draft.
Let's go Rangers. The real Rangers.
Go Mariners. They beat the Rangers the other day. See you later.
Once in a series.